Howdy, it is I, Junk, and I have a nasty stomach flu. And haven't uploaded for 2 days, and I want to show you some video, I guess. Here's the takeaway here. I recorded gameplay and voiceover when I was sick and didn't know it yet. So the gameplay is bad, the voiceover is bad. It has its moments, I'll put it that way. But I'm still sick, so I kind of want to use the whole buffalo if I can. I don't think it's terrible. I mean, there's stuff to learn still. What happened was I kept putting off recording any voiceover for a bunch of weeks because I was busy with work, and then I kept saying, okay, I'll do Sunday. Sunday, I had this amazing day, right? Meet up with a friend to go to a museum. She introduced me to Pizza Hut, which I'd never had for the first time, despite being a native-born American. Never had Pizza Hut. And then we went to a dog park and played with the dogs, and we got ice cream. I mean, pretty great day. So I come home at like 8 o'clock, and I'm absolutely whipped. I mean, just completely beat. And I'm thinking, you cannot tell people you aren't going to record because you had too good of a day. You cannot do that. Like, I know that you're tired. I know that you can barely function. You need to play some games and record a voiceover for them because you cannot tell people that you had too good of a day to do a voiceover. Okay, fair enough. Excuse me, as you can tell, I am still sick. It's only been a day, so it's not a great shock. So I play the games, I record the voiceover, and just watching some of it back now, I think I shoot walls more than I shoot other robots. Certainly in the Bersaglieri, I'm shooting the wall way more than I'm shooting anybody else. But I get the games done, I record the voiceover, they're all edited. I just need to do the intro part. And I laid down, for what I think is 10 minutes, set an alarm, and 3 hours later I wake up and like I can't really move too well. Super dizzy, everything aches. And it's been a sketchy touch and go kind of 24 hours here with having to take my blood pressure every hour to report back to doctors and things like that. So it's been messy. But anyway, it seems likely that I'm not going to die from this particular illness. Jobless, knock on wood. So I'm going to record an intro here to get this out so you can appreciate what it looks like when someone who doesn't know how sick they are thinks they can play war robots. I think a number of times while I'm playing, I'm saying, don't play when you're this tired. Yeah, don't play when you're this tired and ill either. But you can see also I finally got the ultimate, wait, is it Phantom? I think it's the ultimate Phantom. Sorry, I'm not looking at the game right now. I'm just sitting here recording the voiceover because actually all the Adobe stuff was still open on my laptop where I left it. I just walked away and collapsed in bed and now come back, and so it's all here. And I didn't get any of the weapons from data pads. I had to earn them all by leaderboards, so I won't be doing any Typhon or anything soon with them because I only have 3. But wow, that thing is, I don't want to say broken, because what does broken even mean anymore in War Robots? It is just slightly less durable than the Fenrir, with a great deal more ability. Like, it's much faster than the Fenrir, and slightly more mobile. And the firepower is basically the same, 3 mediums versus 1 heavy. So, yeah, expect to see a lot of those from the people who have them. The only other thing I wanted to talk about, ooh, voice just cracked there. I am not well. The only other thing I want to talk about a little bit was this Manny's War Robots is Dead video. Or, is War Robots dying? No. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. There were all kinds of little clues in that video. I mean, I don't need any, hate brigades coming after me, but there were all kinds of things in that video that were like, kind of head tilting. Manny said he knew he was done with the game when they kicked him out of the creator program. Like, well then how much of this is about you and how much of this is about the game, When Manny quit 11 months ago, he said War Robots was predatory and evil. And this video was sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. Okay. And he's moved on to playing Brawl Stars. Brawl Stars, owned by Supercell, which is majority owned by Tencent. Can't think of anything predatory or evil that the controlling owner of Tencent might be involved in. Like, say what you will about Pixonic. I don't know if I can say Organ Harvest is on the things that they do. He knows them better than me. Ask his rep, tell me. As far as I know, though, I don't think I would say if I had to pick Predatory and Evil, I think Predatory can go everywhere, but Evil, I don't know if I would look for games majority controlled by Tencent to avoid Evil. And also this idea that, like, well, everyone's talking about it. Yeah, people have been asking whether Raid Shadow Legends was dying for 3 years. People have been asking whether Brawl Stars was dying for at least the last year. You can Google it. And now War Robots is dying. And it makes me think maybe there's just a language barrier issue here. And what he really means to say is falling off. If you want to say that War Robots fell off, maybe. Like, falling off in slang means what you're doing now doesn't compare to the things you did before. And that's a fair and valid opinion. I think left to our own devices, we'd all make some changes to the things they do. But I am reminded of what Eminem said to MGK in Killshot. My biggest flops are your greatest hits. Where Eminem might not have been the guy he was on the Slim Shady LP, but some people liked his new stuff, and even the mid stuff was better than what other people were putting out. I feel like War Robots has some of that energy. And the thing about falling off is you can come back. Like, Eminem might have fallen off, but he just had Houdini, sold 500,000 units in the first week. It sold over 1.4 million so far. It's a platinum single, so, did he fall off if he's putting out platinum singles? And I think what we want to see is War Robots come back. And we may have disagreements with the method to coax them into doing that. In the vein of this topic, it would be dishonest if I didn't call them out for something terrible they did and point out something great they did. Something terrible they did, the Titan and Bounty datapad leaderboards, don't do that, guys. That's vile. The problem with those leaderboards is that there is literally nobody who needs those at the time they put the leaderboard, right? Because the issue is, if you do a weapon datapad leaderboard, there's going to be somebody who needs that weapon, and for them, this is great, coincidence. The whales have already bought all the Titan datapads they need, and the free-to-plays aren't going to buy the Titan datapads. So having a leaderboard with this thing is it's literally just give us $80. That's all. And listen, if that's the transaction, you just want us to give you $80, then put it in the store for $80, 79.99 D-gems, or whatever you want to call it. No one's saying don't sell what you want to sell for the price you want to sell. They're saying be honest about it. Like, don't hide, don't pretend like your game isn't something else, okay? So that's the thing to call them out on. The thing to praise them for is, as you saw, I posted, I'm trying not to blaspheme, but oh my gosh, they actually gave us a filter on the pilots page. I have waited so long for the ability to put in a pilot that wouldn't just take hours. For real, like when I got a new pilot that I had to put in a bot, I needed to plan at least 45 minutes to an hour, and sometimes it takes longer than that, to sit and mechanically tab through each page with my finger. Is that annoying? Is that annoying when I do that? Yeah, it's annoying to do it for 45 minutes too, because you don't have a freaking filter function. So thankfully, they added one, and I need to, in calling balls and strikes here, I need to praise them. Thank you, Pixonic, for adding the filters on the pilots. You have actually saved hours of my life going forward. I don't know why it took this long. I think you should look at, examine yourselves why, when you had the button there, you didn't make it work faster. I also think it's slightly funny that, as someone who doesn't really predict things that they're going to do, my surprise at seeing the filter button, which then everyone told me was there all the time, turned out to translate until they actually made it work. So maybe I'm in an oracle of ignorance. As I stumble on things, they come true. But yeah, like, as I was saying, so there's things we'd like to see Pixonic do differently one way or another. I don't think that makes the game falling off. Oh, and like, something else Manny said that made me really, was, he said the developers think the future of War Robots is Frontiers. Like, yeah, if they fell into a coma in winter 2022, they do. Everybody else can read the Steam numbers. Frontiers isn't the future of War Robots, it's the future of Dino Squad. And the developers can see those numbers, it's not like they can't. And yeah, they're tinkering with it to see if they can make it work, but it's not working. And the idea that Pixonic is thinking the future of their game is Frontiers that they can't get anybody interested in. Like, what about Pixonic suggests to you they don't know where the money is or how to get it? You think Pixonic is here like trying to get money out of a thing that nobody wants? No, they're going to find the thing they want. They're going to monetize that. Because, yeah, maybe this is one of the great vices of War Robots, but it's one of the great virtues in worrying that it's going to be replaced by Frontiers. Whatever the developers do, the people who count the money are making the calls. So it seems to me those people aren't saying that the future is Frontiers. Frontiers isn't even the present. War robots won't die until there's developers unwilling to make robots or players unwilling to buy them. Nothing that Manny raised in that video suggests to me that's slowing down anytime soon. So, yeah, this all seems like a big cope. And I'm still not going to play Raid Shadow Legends. Anyway, that was sad. You make me sad, man. Why are you going to make me sad? Anyway, this has been enough talking. Let's get into this gameplay. Again, remember, I was sick with the flu. Didn't know it yet. Was loopy. Be kind. I know that when I'm not sick, I call robots by the wrong names like at least once a video. I'm sure it's happening 15 times and I don't want to even look back to see it. All right, here on the Dreadnought, we are going to drop in the Pathfinder. I think for these games, we go Pathfinder first for all of them, I think. You can see there's the Pascal drone announcer to the Seeker. I got a very long comment earlier today from someone who thinks that I'll live longer with the Pascal drone than the Seeker. I think that is true on paper. I want to try the Pascal drone anyway for the 7% bonus damage for kills and assists. But I think in practice, if a melee raptor, for example, is jumping towards you, it's going to burn through you no matter what drone you have. And if you can see through stealth, you have a better chance of surviving against the bots that'll teleport to you. And those are just as deadly. So on paper it's better. We just took out a melee Curie there for the first kill of the evening. On paper it's better. In practice, I think that it's almost a wash, and maybe you're slightly better off with Seeker, because it also protects you a little bit from long range attacks. The pot shot there at an electric melee raptor jumping around. I'm trying to stay far enough away that I have a good exit strategy, but close enough that I can shoot into the range. I took some more pot shots there at the raptor. Shenlu teleports to me using sonic and electric melee mixed. Managed to take it out for the double kill. Had that guy had the pilot that gives you stealth when you teleport, I would have been in much worse shape. And that raptor, you can see he's jumping over there again. I'm going to swing over here to the right, and my thought process is this. I don't want to be in the front line of anything. So if I've got 3 teammates over here who are pushing, I can make their push more effective and make my survivability greater. If I walk behind them, same time I notice I've got a teammate who's contesting the enemy home beacon, beacon A, and I think I'm almost in range. If I can just get into range, and it looks to me like, yeah, if I have to cycle my shots, one shot, take out the armor, he goes into stealth. There we get the triple kill on the angler. Walk towards him, Weather Chicken drops in and drops out for the rampage. Feeling pretty confident right now. I know he's going to drop in something else, and that was not what I thought he was going to drop in, so we're just going to back up, back up, back up. But I start getting shot from the back too, so Pickle in the middle is a game that I very quickly lose. That is okay. They have a beacon advantage, maybe a slight beacon bar advantage. But I've got the Ultimate Phantom. And I only have 3 of these weapons, which is just heartbreaking because I can't put them on a Typhon or something. And I swear, this is first time in a while I've only gotten 3 of the weapons. And see, we've got enemy Raptor here. We're going to cook him up a bit as we try to flip Beacon C. And a friendly Raptor too, but the beacon's flipped, so maybe I can go help contest Beacon D. Well, no, it looks like my teammate's got it in hand, and I'm going to need to help my teammate here with this little Raptor problem he's got. Managed to get the kill even though I saw an Indra link, I think, onto him just towards the end. I teleport back to center just so I can get the heal from the teleport. Even though it makes me run backwards again. Just drop my beacon here and then run towards the enemy home beacon. Cooking up a Mars as it walks past me. I apologize again for anything I misidentify. I'm bad at that on a good day, and I'm so tired. This is not going to be an easy day for me. Flame Eiffel dashing away. You know, I don't know this robot well enough to know how much damage I'm going to do to that Flame Eiffel, but I want to find out. See, he's getting some help now from a Minos and an Ochokochi. And this is weird. I run up on the ramp here, and for whatever reason, they just decide to ignore me, and so I just managed to take out the Ocho for the triple kill. Backing up to get to their home beacon as the Minos is over there. It looks to me like we may be starting to mech on our side a little bit soon. But they have a Bulova Kisten Miromits goes up and puts some damage onto me. I couldn't teleport away because I wanted to flip the beacon. And again, I don't really know the abilities of this bot other than it's very durable. So I'm just going to run towards the guy and cook. And see if I can't get myself a Titan killer here. Titan Slayer. Man, am I tired. Yeah, there we go. So we've learned that's the thing you can do in the Ultimate Phantom. It's good to know. We have a Minos that flipped Beacon C, but he's going after a teammate. I inadvisedly shoot. I really should not have shot at him. The better move would be let him run away and flip your beacon, because he could have turned around and, turned this into a really bad day for me. A Fenrir with electric melee, Cryptic Fenrir, drops in, and this is going to be an interesting test of durability, because as we're fighting, I'm going to start taking flame damage here from this Eiffel. So how much damage can I do versus how much damage can I take, and am I actually as durable as they say, as dangerous as they say? Only 2 of these weapons are Mark III, one of them is Mark 2.12, because I just ran out of Doritos, man. It's tough to upgrade those things all the time on day 1. At least the day when you get them, I should say. So I managed to take out that Fenrir, teammate takes out the Eiffel. I'm going to just run over, because I see there's a Kepri trying to flip Beacon D. Jump all the way over it, and we can cook it for double kill. So the situation's now looking a little hinky. It looks like we're down to 3 and 3. They have a little bar advantage. We have a beacon advantage. Electric Shenlu comes in, and I take it out for the triple kill. See, there's a Minos. Can I get another Titan Slayer here? Yeah, I think so. Yep, there it is. Gonna cook that Rook a little bit as I teleport back for the heal. But I'm taking damage now again from a Vacuum Curie. Vacuum Curie takes out my Phantom. Decides to drop in the Bursalieri. That was a choice. Could have gone for the Fenrir there. But the Bursalieri out here does 2 things. One, it gives me some ability to take out bigger robots faster. And 2, Beacon B is basically unattended, so I can get a free beacon and the ability to slay big tough robots like, say, I don't know, hypothetically that Rook that flew up on there and we haven't seen come down. So yeah, the Rook decides to rush towards me. I'm just emptying fatigue shot, fatigue shot, fatigue shot. The Vindicatori doing good damage at this point now. And because the fatigue shots are cumulative, right? And they don't drop off unless you can phase. So, Rooks don't have phase shift. They can't, they're not Ravana, they're not Indra. So even if I hadn't been able to take out that Rook, which thankfully I was, those fatigue shots would stay on there until the Rook is otherwise destroyed. Meaning my future fatigue shots would do more, my teammates' future fatigue shots would do more. So there's benefit to focusing those on Titans if you can afford to do that. At this point, it's looking very much like we have this win in the bag. Just walking up here to see, can I offer any more team support to mid? And as I'm working on that Osho, I see it coming up over the top is this Curie, another Vacuum Curie. And I managed to put a couple fatigue shots into the Curie. I jump back because the Curie has to appreciate that I could shoot at it, and I have to appreciate that it could cap that beacon if I didn't shoot at it. Or didn't hit it. But time runs out before we can play that out the rest of the way. Let's see what the stats look like. 11.9 million, 0 assists. 13 kills, 4 caps. A solid game. You notice my secondary teammate, the number 2 teammate, did more damage, even though he had fewer kills. That's a thing we're going to be seeing in the next game as well. And it all relates back to this idea that... Oh, am I tired? It all relates back to this idea that the Pathfinder... You know, if a robot has 300,000 durability, and you do 300,000 damage, that's 300,000 damage. If it has 300,000 durability, and you do 100,000 damage per salvo, you do 100,000 heals for 50, and 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 you do 100,000 as dead. So you get more damage per kill because the people are healing up between the kills if you have a less deadly bot. But deadliness is not bad. It's good to be deadly because you want to mech them, right? So one thing I've noticed using the shock trains is that it will definitely take your DPS down, which will affect your honor to some degree. So you're going to see a lot more number 2 finishes if you're using shock trains than you would see number 2 finishes if you were using, say, like, you know, shotguns of any kind. All right, on to the next game. Rome. Rome is a tough one when you're using these shock train for sure. Anything where you've got a fragile robot, Rome is tough because there isn't as much cover as you want there to be, and closing spaces is faster than you think it should be. I'm gonna go over here to get that beacon A. And when you see a clan name you know like Rhino, then you know you better focus a little bit. Managed to hit that Curie. I didn't do any real damage because it heals up right away, but I've give it something to think about if nothing else. Curie comes back out. He's got the subduers, so he's putting stacks on me and making it hard for me to heal up. But I do manage to kill him, and that alone takes me to 64 stacks of the new camps. There's 2 new camps on this. So, use my ability there in the Dagon, so it can't run away. And to get my second kill, pay for the targeting malfunction, must have had a seeker drone. Sometimes I do too much when I'm blind, because I start to worry that the map is changing and I don't know what's happening, so I chase the wrong bots. If you find yourself blind out, don't assume things are going terrible in one way or the other. Triple kill on the Lynx, managed to shoot him before he went into his ability to get his shield down, and then take him out after he came out of his ability. I see everyone sort of bunched up on their team. They're all sort of bunched up here on Beacon D, I believe. I think that's they're all bunched up on City. Managed to get a rampage on a Mars. So I'm looking to see, are my teammates holding the left side well? If they are, the next move for me is to move into Beacon C, the center beacon, and shoot into Beacon D. Scorpion teleported behind my teammate, but didn't know he was in front of me. So take a quick pot shot there to Lynx, get into center. Let's turn back to Beacon D. Beyond Godlike on what I think was a Shenlu? Could be wrong, it went pretty fast. Living Legend on the Ochokochi, and the Lynx got the ricochet of that sort of Living Legend there on the Lynx when it comes back into frame. Take out a chunk of that Eiffel's health. Turn around, I see there was somebody trying to take over that Beacon B. I'm not sure what it was. It happened so fast. Let me see a little bit more damage from the Eiffel. And around, just looking for the shots, looking for the angles. I tried to get out. I thought maybe I would need to give my home beacon some support, but they handled it by themselves. And I see, Beacon B here is being contested. I shoot, but that Mars phases just in the right time. Get a kill on the Sky Roast. And can I get around the corner to shoot the Mars here? Yep, good enough for me. Double kill. I lost my kill streak, but I don't think it matters that much at this point. We're getting the point of a 4 cap. Some more damage into that Eiffel. And there's the Rook, and I'm starting to feel at this point that there's too many Titans. I'm not doing as much damage as I want to. I'm doing, good damage against Titans, but I really need to get my own Titan out. Maybe I'm still, maybe I'm gonna take one more shot? Yeah, but I think, at least watching it back, I really need to get that Titan out right now. Because there's just too many Titans, I gotta put this game away. Alright. See one of the Eiffels up, hitting with fatigue shot, fatigue shot, fatigue shot, and the Vindicatory takes it out for the Titan Slayer. You can tell how tired I am shooting shots that get blocked, so I try switching to the Eiffel. And I managed to hit the Eiffel with the fatigue shots, but the Vindicatory whiffs. Do so little damage, don't even get any assist for it. Oh man, I was exhausted playing and I'm exhausted now, I tell you. Jumping here towards the really Roman and Beacon B. Not paying attention to the clock, I thought, well, I need to get into a place where I can shoot back into their spawn. But of course the clock expires for the win. One assist, 12 kills, 1 beacon. And this again, you can see 12 kills, but only 6.4 million damage. Teammate had 11.3 million and only 7 kills. Part of that, he did get a lot of assists. But much of it is just, if you only get to shoot things once before they blow up, your max damage is their health. Whereas if they heal up between shots, your max damage can be multiple times of their health. So deadliness actually costs you in honor. You still get plenty of honor, of course, but you pay some of it to your deadliness. So let's get into the next game. We are here on the valley, dropping in our Pathfinder friend. There's a few different paths you can take with the Pathfinder when you're on this side of the map, but especially when you start on the right. I think your best bet is to drift over to the right. You don't want to go into center because it's going to be too hotly contested and you're not a tank. So this lets you get a little bit of range in. Shooting now into the... on the right there was an Ultimate Ion Destrier. Oh, sorry. Ultimate Destrier. We get down to the last stand, or at least the last liver of its health. Teammate takes it out. Took a chunk there out of the Curie. Curie comes through and gets down to his last stand. Get a lot of teammate support on this. He and my teammate manage to fight each other, but he eats it to the ultimate shock. You see my teammate there drops in looking to fight him. He's already gone. So now they decide, okay, 1 isn't enough, let's get 2. And we get 2 Ochokochie, hit one of them with the shock drains, and then triple kill, managed to bounce it and take them both out. Just a thing of beauty. At least when it's not happening to you, but you're the one doing it, it's a thing of beauty. I think I've given them something to think about, so now we have a different strategy here. Someone comes to the edge and starts firing the bendy bullets at me, and I don't know what they're in. So you could go back all the way around the other obstacle to get away from the bullets and find something else to do, but I don't know what he's in, so I get a sense it's not very strong, and sure enough, it's a Hades. I don't have to take this from a Hades. So things seem to be pretty well in hand. What else do we have coming in? Something else coming in? Ah, yes. It's a Lynx and a melee Lynx, and I am in trouble. Because I can't do a lot about this in a Pathfinder, and you can see the Pascal doesn't make any real difference. There's no real point to it, except I couldn't shoot at him while he was in stealth, so Pascal kind of overrated here. Ultimate Fenrir comes out, and Ultimate Fenrir can hit him in stealth as well, and he's going to need way more than 1 stealth to take out this bad boy. So, let's get that beacon flip back. He drops in again, and this time, I'm a little bit less enthusiastic about taking on a hybrid Eiffel. See, he's got flames, and he's got bendies on it. I'm surviving pretty well, but... you know, is there anything else useful I can be doing here? The answer is no, there isn't. Because they're getting Beacon A, but everything on this side of the map I've gotten, and I'm very slow, so I don't want to walk all the way around the other side of the map to engage. Of course, I did not expect him to have help from the Yao Ming. So I looked just then to see, can I drop in my Titans? Like, you know, I don't have Titan bar yet, so I can't even drop it in at our spawn. I'm just going to keep walking here, kind of contesting this beacon such as I can, with the full knowledge that that is just way too much Titan firepower for even an ultimate fender to stand for very long. Flip it to wipe it, don't manage to flip it. But I see my teammates are getting beacon A, so perfect. I can drop in the Bersaglieri. We can shoot downrange. I completely muffed the first two Vindicatori shots. I am so tired right now. And I'm starting to bury fatigue shots into the obstacle there, the geometry of the terrain blocking the shots. So I need to calm down is my big thought right now. It's like you're just doing too much. Calm down, wait for your shot. Managed to put some fatigue shot down there and actually hit him. He jumps back to stop me from doing any more damage. And can I get around there? Backing up. There's the Titan Slayer. And you can see my teammate takes out someone else at the exact same time. Managed to purge that beacon pretty well. And they're in kind of bad shape here at this point. I backdash to get the bit of stealth and break those bendy targeting, and just as it comes back, the game is over and we get the victory. And let's check out our scoreboard. .8, 1 assist, 7 kills, 1 beacon captured. Second place, not bad, and no shame in coming in second to one of the strongest clans you can run into. And I see we've got Smiley on the other side. I think he shows up in the next game and demonstrates he is not to be trifled with. Let's get on to that game. All right, we're here on the Abyss. And usually, I don't think usually, maybe most of the time I guess, yeah, usually, I try to walk towards the top beacon when I start. I had a feeling, something told me, you're better off walking behind these two guys, you know, when you see top clan names and you're in a support bot, the smart thing to do is support the people in the top clans because they're usually there because they're pretty good. You can see even now we've got a vacuum Curie that I emptied some shots into to just scratch it. There was also an ultimate Ao Ming that I fire at right there, but I'm not in range, so waste those shots. I am very tired. I do manage to get the kill on the Erebus there. Ultimate Ao Ming has subduers on it, and he's gonna fly over here. I'm in a little bit of a precarious spot. This is not a good place to be if you want to last a long time, but if you want a good time, it does give you some angles that you wouldn't have otherwise. You walk left, you can shoot directly into their home beacon, like I did just there for the double kill. And you go right, you can shoot at people who are trying to get to the top. It's easy for them to squeeze you from both directions, but you can play a little bit of peekaboo for a while and do a good deal of zone control, you can call it. Consequentializing behavior, like say, when they go for the lower beacon, helping take them out there for the assist. So looking at the map, I see that we're contesting their beacon D, although they have a lot going on right there. And I get shot from the back, and there is that Ultimate Ao Jun. Did I say Ming before? Ultimate Ao Jun. Breathing fire, and I just wait. Triple kill as soon as its ability ends. And after muffing those first shots, I'm being very careful about how close I get so I can make sure I do maximum damage. Very brave Mars. Now the Mars is running behind to take our beacon. If he wanted to sneak, he should have been sneaking. When he shoots at us on the way and tells us he's there, it's a fragile robot. So informing us of its location is a good way for the robot to get blown up and not cap the beacon. If you don't shoot us, we won't know you're there. That's the idea. Get up in this Curie's face for the rampage. My way of saying, hey, my new camps are loaded up. Did you know that? And this is just a quite the brave little Orochi. Last stand and then gone. And then What can you say about the Ultimate Bulgasari here? Very wrapped up in its fight, not necessarily realizing my teammate had help here for the Beyond Godlike. See, there's a Rook. I'm not going to be able to do much about that, but I also see, there's a Minos. I get 2/3 of its health down with the first shot. I mark it, get the Titan Slayer with a second shot. But I see there's also another friendly Titan here. I shoot it and manage to get the Living Legend off the Curie. Bersaglieri then jumps back to get his stealth. And I don't know if he knows where I am at this point, but he very rapidly finds out. I take out about another third of his health. But it's a very dangerous game I'm playing because he only has to catch me once. So I try to get him most of the way down, but he fatigue shots me, and that's it for me. Okay. I got a Titan too. We can play Titans. Waiting for his ability to end, and I'm so tired I completely muff my shots again. Don't play exhausted, guys. It's not good for you. It's really not. It's really not. I'm not doing well. Titan Slayer on the Luchador jumping towards us. Another Luchador over here, and I'm dumping fatigue shot. Hit him with the Vindicatore, but he's going to flip that beacon. And I start to get concerned because as I'm doing this, I'm looking around. We actually have no beacons right now. We have no beacons, and it looks like we're maybe down a player. And if we're not, people need to drop in sooner. So I'm thinking we've got 2 Titans fighting this guy. We have no beacons. The nearest beacon to me that isn't being contested is this beacon C. So I'm going to go to beacon C and get a beacon because we need a beacon now more than we need that Luchador to be dead. Yeah, like, if we kill the Luchador and we don't have a beacon, it doesn't matter. Fortunately, the Indra has the same thought, and we couldn't coordinate because we're not on comms because it's solo queue, but Luchador decides to chase him, finally get the Titan Slayer that I've been waiting for so long, and fatigue shot. Vindicatore, we get Titan Slayer on the Eiffel. Indra has linked the links and decides to go drift back to get our home back. I'm getting shots here from a Curie and a Lynx. Curie decides to phase while the Lynx goes into its ability. As soon as the Curie comes out of phase, Vindicatore eats it, I think with one fatigue shot in there. Lynx decides to go back into hiding. That's fine by me. I'm going to start walking towards their beacon. If the Lynx wants to come out and play, we can come out and play. You can see there's a lot of action happening, though. Beacon B looks like it's starting to be contested, coming back to our side here. Lynx does not get back into its ability before it gets back into cover, and it pays the price. And we've gone from being 4-capped to being almost at a 4-cap ourselves, and yeah, here we go. Here comes the 4-cap. Walking back towards their spawn. Double kill there on a behemoth. Dagon shoots at me. Managed to slow it down quite a bit, and I can tell we have our new robot getting absolutely destroyed by the fatigue shots. Bagliori there. It's looking pretty close, and they still have a little bit of a bar advantage, but it looks like they're down to 1 player, which I'm happy to turn into no players with the Rampage. Looking around, who wants them? Where's it coming from? We have the bar advantage, the beacon advantage, and the player advantage because they are mech'd. And that's the win. $10.6 million, 2 assists, 16 kills. I think I fell asleep there for a second. Second place again, but there's Smiley we saw from the last game being absolute MVP with 14 kills and 8 caps. I can't argue that is the absolute winner of this game. That said, you know, I think I was a helpful contributor, and as I've said before, if you're going to get no beacons, have the decency to get 16 kills. So, I am exhausted. I think I'd better go to sleep. Thank you if you made it to this part of the video. If you're a dog or cat at home alone, I'm sure you're a good puppy or kitty and your parents will bring you a treat really, really soon, and I will talk to you again really soon later.